What's up guys, and welcome to another Ego Duel Links video. So today I'll be showing you the deck profile for my own Triple D deck. But first of all, I'd like to show you my event progress for this entire event. I managed to complete this and also obtain the achievement for this entire event and obtain the event exclusive cards as you can see on screen right now, like Triple D Supreme King Kaiser, 7 copies, and also DD Savant Galilei, about 5 copies. The rest of the cards here are pretty much just bonuses if you want to get it, but Skullmeister is already available in the card shops. I don't know why they added this as a bonus event card, but regardless, any event card is a pretty nice card as well. So without further ado, let's get right into the deck profile. And right now, as you can see on screen right now, this is my Triple D Double D deck. So first off, I'm playing 1 copy of Triple D Chaos King Apocalypse. It has a special effect of basically when it's in Pendulum Zone, you can banish 2 cards from graveyard and special summon it onto the field. And if it is a normal monster, if this card is in your hand or graveyard, target 2 face-up spell and tries to control, you can special summon monsters for the rest of the turn, except Fiend monsters. Also destroy the targeted cards if you do special summon this card from your hand. You can only activate this effect once per turn, but the effect that you'll be actually utilizing for most of the time will actually be the pendulum effect, since you'll be using fusion materials from your hand anyway, such as DD Swirl Slime and also Dark Contract with the Swamp King as your main fusion devices. So next up, I play 1 copy of DD Swirl Slime and also 2 copies of Savant Galilei, 1 copy of Savant Newton, 3 copies of Nicola, 1 copy of Kepler, 3 copies of King Zero Maxwell, 1 Pandora, 2 copies of Baphomet, 2 copies of Dark Contract with the Gate, 1 copy of Swamp King, 1 copy of Witch, and also Dark Contract with Eris, 1 copy. The extra deck lineup is pretty much the basic Triple D lineup, but with an additional Xyz card right there. Archfiend's Ascent is added here just as a bonus anyway. But Wave King Caesar is a pretty decent Xyz target as well, since you can also Xyz summon Marksman King Tel by actually using King Caesar as an Xyz material to go into Marksman King Tel, because it can also be the Xyz summon using a rank 4 Triple D Xyz monster right on the get-go. So for this deck, I'm actually playing 3 copies of Savant Nicola and also King Maxwell. The reason is because I want to establish a much more stable Pendulum Zone summoning, if you can call it that. So at least when I have these 2 cards as my main cards for my Pendulum scales, at least I can Pendulum summon level 5 to level 7 monsters right on the get-go. And since Nicola is a level 6, King Zero Maxwell's a level 7, Savant Newton's a level 7, and also Chaos King Apocalypse is a level 7, I can just Pendulum summon them right there. I'm using the Skill King of the Underworld to get Duel King Armageddon from outside my deck into my hand. But since this deck has that feel that it's actually Pendulum summon heavy, but it's actually very heavy on fusion summoning. The reason for that is because in any opening hands, if I have 1 Dark Contract at the gate, I am happy, because regardless of what I'm going to do that turn, I'll be using Dark Contract's effect to get Swirl Slime into my hand. Then I'll be fusion summoning Triple D Oracle King Duck. The reason for that is because all the Triple D spell and traps have that effect where you actually take burn damage during your standby phase every single turn. So at least if you have King Dark on the field, you will not lose life points, you'll actually be gaining them instead. Not to mention, if you were to have monsters in your graveyard already, not to mention DD Soul Slime's secondary effect, when this card is in your graveyard, you can banish it and special summon DD/or Triple D monster from your hand. So once that were to occur, you can actually use it to special summon Chaos King Apocalypse or Super Sight King Zero Maxwell. And for this entire deck, the MVP of it all is basically this card, because DD Super Sight King Zero Maxwell's monster effect, basically when it battles an opponent's monster in defense position, regardless if it is face up or face down, during the damage step, turn that monster's defense points to 0 and inflict piercing damage right on the get-go. So this basically helps you win a lot of games, especially if your opponent were to start with T setting and you want to actually inflict damage during that turn as well. So you can basically use this card as your main card right on the get-go. And also Baphomet's effect of actually turning monsters on the field into level 4s helps you get into Triple D Wave King Caesar. So even if your opponent were to destroy any of your DD monsters on the field, you can use the effect. You can use this effect once it detaches to special summon them during the end phase. Next up, you can also recycle if your Dark Contract with the Gate were to be destroyed, or if you do not have any ways of fusion summoning during that turn, you can use Galile's effect to discard it and to get that monster or Dark Contract card from your field back to your hand. So bouncing it back to your hand, you will not be taking burn damage, and your life points is safe for that turn as well. And Savant Nicholas' bonus effect is once this card is in the Pendulum Zone, you can discard a Triple D monster and also choose a monster which is level 6 or lower, aka Double D Baphomet, Pandora, or even itself Savant Nicholas since it's a level 6, and give it 2,000 points of attack bonus, so you can actually finish off your opponent. So it actually boosts your Savant Nicola on the field as a pendulum monster up to 4k. Or you can also give it the DD Baphomet or Pandora to boost them up to 3,000 plus attack points, and that's a pretty nice effect too. Dark Contract with the Swamp King is basically it's like polymerization, but you get the burn damage as an extra bonus. Not as an extra bonus, but as a cost. But the bonus of it all is if you actually use Swamp King's effect to fusion summon from your hand or field, you can also fusion during the next turn. You can also fusion summon monsters using the monsters in your hand, field, and also your graveyard. And the ones in the graveyard will be banished instead. But you'll have more options to actually bring out King Dark, or maybe Dragonbane King Beowulf, or even Ragnarok. Ragnarok's effect is a pretty sweet one as well, especially if you're actually battling another monster and your opponent has a stronger monster on the field. You can send a Dark Contract card or spell or trap on the field back to your hand, or is it basically bounce back these cards back to your hand, bounce back these cards and equip another monster that's on your opponent's side of the field as a material, and it gains attack of the original monster. So you can actually imagine how powerful this card can be. Let's say if your opponent were to have a Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon on the field, and you were to attack this other card that they just set just as a form of extra protection or insurance, you can basically use this effect to equip Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon as an equip card, boosting this monster for up to 7.7 thousand attack points, and that's a very neat effect after all. So Dark Contract the Witch is basically just for protection against opponent's deck if they were to have like monsters with higher attack points. So gaining bonus attack during your opponent's turn, and also discarding cards to pop a monster or card on your opponent's field is an added bonus. Dark Contract with Errors is basically sealing all the trap cards on the field. If you feel that your opponent might have a Drowning Mirror Force, or maybe even a Wall of Disruption, you basically use this card just to block all of that. And DD King Baphomet's effect is basically selecting a monster on the field and turning it to level 4. That way you can go into Xyz for Triple D Wave King Caesar. Pandora is just added here just in case I actually break a lot. And when this card is destroyed by battle, I can actually draw 2 cards if I do not have any other cards aside from itself. So that's about it for this entire deck profile. I hope you guys find this useful, using it as a reference or something. And I'm honestly enjoying the use of this Triple D deck because it actually helps me win a lot of matches so far, and I actually find it quite enjoyable. But if you have any thoughts, you can just let me know in the comments below on how I can improve my deck, or what cards need to be cut out and what's a better replacement. Do let me know in the comments below and I'll answer as fast as possible. And until then, I'll see you in the next video, which is about 2 days from now, or maybe or so, depending after this event ends as well. But until then, stay safe and keep dueling. Goodbye.